What if the biggest thing standing between you and the life you've always wanted wasn't bad luck, but the one day you decided to quit? Emily didn't lose because she lacked talent. She almost lost because she stopped believing one step before everything changed. And what happened next would completely redefine her future. Emily wasn't the loudest person in the room. She wasn't the smartest either. Every morning she woke up with dreams bigger than her confidence, yet every evening she wondered if those dreams were slowly fading away. Was she chasing something impossible? The answer was hiding in plain sight. She watched others race ahead while she stayed in the same place. Promotions passed her by. Friends celebrated milestones she hadn't reached. Every comparison felt like another brick added to the wall blocking her path. But the wall wasn't what it seemed. Then came the hardest week of her life. Rejection arrived one after another until even getting out of bed felt exhausting. She asked herself a dangerous question: maybe this just isn't meant for me. That single thought nearly changed everything forever. Before we go further, if stories like Emily's inspire you to keep moving forward, take a second to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that giving up isn't the end of the story. Because what happened next proves persistence has incredible power. One rainy evening, Emily opened an old notebook she'd forgotten existed. Inside were goals she had written years earlier. Nearly every page ended with the same promise: stay consistent. Why had she ignored the one promise she made to herself? The discovery sparked something unexpected. Instead of chasing giant victories, Emily made one tiny decision. She would improve by just 1% every single day. It sounded too simple to matter. Could something so small really rewrite an entire future? The answer surprised even her. Day after day, nothing seemed different. The world didn't applaud. Nobody noticed. Her progress felt invisible. Doubt whispered louder than hope. Why continue if no one could see the effort? Hidden beneath the silence, something remarkable was taking shape. 3 months later, an opportunity appeared that everyone else ignored. It wasn't glamorous. Most people walked away. Emily didn't. She remembered her promise and stepped forward without hesitation. Little did she know, this ordinary choice would unlock an extraordinary chain of events. A mentor she'd met months earlier reached out with only one sentence: consistency beats intensity every time. Those words hit harder than any motivational speech she'd ever heard. But she had no idea why that message came exactly when it did. Emily committed to showing up no matter how she felt. Good day or bad day. Motivated or exhausted. Excited or discouraged. She stopped negotiating with herself. Yet another challenge was quietly waiting around the corner. Just as momentum began building, life interrupted everything. A family emergency forced her to step away. Her carefully built routine collapsed overnight. Had months of discipline disappeared forever? The truth was far more complicated. Instead of chasing perfection, Emily simply started again. One small task. One focused hour. One deliberate step. She realized consistency wasn't about never falling behind, it was about refusing to stay there. That realization became her greatest advantage. Meanwhile, others who once seemed unstoppable slowly disappeared. They relied on motivation. Emily relied on habits. Which strategy survives when excitement fades away? The answer became impossible to ignore. Then Emily uncovered something shocking. The people she admired most weren't naturally gifted. They had simply stayed in the game longer than everyone else. Suddenly every failure looked completely different. But an even bigger revelation was approaching. Her confidence no longer came from winning. It came from proving she could keep showing up. Each completed day became evidence she was changing from the inside. Yet someone unexpected was about to test everything she'd built. An old friend laughed at her progress. "You're still working on that?" the friend asked. Emily smiled instead of arguing. Why waste energy explaining a future nobody else could see? Soon, the results would speak louder than words. Weeks later, the same people who doubted her started asking for advice. The shift felt unreal. Nothing magical had happened overnight. The magic had been hiding inside hundreds of ordinary days. But the biggest surprise hadn't happened yet. Emily received the promotion she'd chased for years. Everyone called her an overnight success. They never saw the countless mornings filled with uncertainty. Could success really arrive so quietly after years of invisible work? There was one final lesson waiting. Instead of celebrating, Emily returned to her routine the very next morning. Why? Because she understood something most people never do. Success isn't a finish line. It's a responsibility. That mindset changed everything once again. Her biggest competitor wasn't another person anymore. It was the version of herself that wanted comfort over growth. Every single day became a choice. Which version would win today? The battle grew more intense than ever. Emily began inspiring coworkers without even trying. They noticed her discipline before they noticed her achievements. Actions created influence where words never could. But one unexpected setback threatened to erase it all. A major project failed despite months of preparation. The disappointment was crushing. Was this proof that consistency doesn't always pay off? Or was failure preparing something much greater? Emily refused to leave before discovering the answer. Months later she learned that failed project had impressed executives more than successful ones. Why? Because she stayed calm, adapted quickly, and never stopped working. Her character had become impossible to ignore. But the final revelation was still hidden. Emily realized consistency isn't about perfect results. It's about becoming the kind of person who can handle whatever life throws at them. That understanding unlocked a confidence nobody could take away. Looking back, she barely recognized the fearful person who almost quit. Every difficult moment had quietly built resilience. Every delay had strengthened patience. Every disappointment had shaped determination. But there was one truth she wished she'd known sooner. The hardest part was never the work itself. It was believing the work mattered before the results appeared. Isn't that where most dreams disappear? Emily finally understood why so many people stopped too soon. Imagine if she had quit just 1 week earlier. The promotion wouldn't have happened. The mentor wouldn't have called. The opportunity would have belonged to someone else. One decision separated two completely different futures. Now Emily keeps that old notebook beside her desk. Every morning she reads one sentence before starting: stay consistent no matter what. Those 5 words became the foundation of everything she built. The greatest breakthrough wasn't the promotion, the recognition, or the success. It was discovering that consistency transformed her long before it transformed her circumstances. That invisible victory became the real reward. Today, when challenges appear, Emily no longer asks, "Can I do this?" Instead she asks, "Will I keep showing up?" One question changed her identity forever. But perhaps it can change yours too. Somewhere, someone is standing exactly where Emily once stood, one difficult day away from giving up, and one consistent step away from a breakthrough they can't yet see. The only question is, when your defining moment arrives, will you still be there to meet it? Or will you walk away just before everything changes?